Hi, I'm Krista. Welcome to my channel. In today's reading, I wanted to connect to the energy of August. And whenever I sit down to do a reading, I usually get channeled messages at the beginning. Spirit will send me like signs and symbols and music. When I was setting up for this reading, I was hearing the song Ashes to Ashes by David Bowie in my head. And I was hearing the lyric, I'm happy, hope you're happy too. And it was this sense of like moving on. But the song is about addictions, and I feel like part of what Spirit might be trying to say with bringing that song is in August, you might be letting go of something that you've been like clinging on to, something that has been holding you back, something that's not good for you. And I don't know if that is an actual addiction or if it's more metaphorical of an addictive behavior or like a behavior that you've been repeating, like a pattern that's been repeating, something cyclical. And I say cyclical because another thing that happened while getting ready for this reading was a cicada landed on the window. So I looked up the symbolism of cicadas, and the first thing it mentions is that cicadas have been appearing since 200 million years ago. So I feel like whatever this thing is, it's something that's been there for a long time. And it says cicadas remain underground, waiting until it's ready for birth. The pause that occurs before awakening doesn't seem unusual until you learn the waiting period ranges anywhere from 1 year to 17. It says, because of this, cicadas have become a symbol of resurrection, transformation. When the cicada comes into your awareness as a spirit animal, a time of emergence is at hand. You can no longer hide underground or sit on life's sidelines. It says, it is time for shaking off the restrictions you put on yourself or imposed by others. Cicada signal shedding your old skin so you can stretch in the way you express yourself. Examining elements of your past so you understand how they hold you back isn't easy and requires a lot of honesty. Once you release old ways, like the cicada, however, you reemerge into life and blossom. And the other thing I was connecting with the David Bowie song Ashes to Ashes was it reminded me of a Bible verse about beauty for ashes. In the verses, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness. And to me, in this reading, that means that God is turning something that once caused you mourning and grief into beauty. And they're showing me like how like the process of a butterfly where they shed the chrysalis, like they come out of the chrysalis and they're this beautiful butterfly, and I'm getting that same feeling, the cicada like shedding your old skin. But whatever this was, it was like a long time coming, and I feel like August is when it's gonna start picking up. And then something also interesting happened. I was hearing the theme song for Wii, like Wii Nintendo, like that tune was like stuck in my head, and I was thinking about like the relevance to that, and it made me think about like how exciting it was when the Wii first came out and how exciting it was to get a new gaming system. Like at the time when the Wii came out, it was really expensive and it was a very expensive purchase. And so when I received it as a gift, it was like very exciting. And it took me back to that time in childhood, like reliving also when I got a Super Nintendo, like that feeling of this thing that you never thought you'd have that was out of reach, and then getting it and being so excited. And like I remember that first day of playing the Wii, like how exciting it was and being able to try all the new games, and I feel like that is this energy that's coming in August of like a gift coming, something that you wouldn't expect. And I think it's part of that beauty for ashes. Maybe it's a spiritual gift or a gift of a cycle ending, like something metaphysical that you never would have expected, like a gift from God. But that's the overall energy I'm feeling like just getting started into the reading. So now I want to set the intention and start to pull cards. Angels and guides, please surround us with your love and light. Please guide us to the information that will help the viewer at this time. Thank you. I'm just going to take all of these. The answers you need are coming. Nothing yet is set in stone, and a time for healing. Yeah, I feel like with these oracle cards, there's almost this like you know something's coming, like you feel like something's coming. And it's like these rising tides, but it's hidden. Like you don't know what's coming yet. Just like how the moon is hidden in this card. Like you can only see a sliver of the moon. And I feel like that's kind of what's going on with you. Like you can feel it. Like you feel the cycles of the moon. Like how the cycles of a moon affect you, and it's so I'm trying to think of the word. Inas- inauspicious? Is inauspicious a word? I'm getting inauspicious. Is that a word? It says auspicious. Conducive to success, favorable. Giving or being a sign of future success. Inauspicious, not conducive to success, unpromising, unlucky. That's interesting that that word came out. So I feel like with that word, with the angels giving me that word, like it's, two sides, two faces, that there's the inauspicious and the auspicious. And you've been in this feeling of inauspiciousness, this unluckiness, how the seas are rolling and it's almost like there's a big storm coming. And I get this feeling of you are feeling something. You're feeling this energy coming in, and it feels like a storm brewing because in the past, that's what you've experienced. You've experienced these storms coming in. And again, it brings me back to the very beginning of the channel message of mourning and beauty for ashes. Like there was a time where it was mourning and it was sadness, and I feel like you're expecting more of that just because it's been such a long cycle. Like the cicada, it's underground. Like you feel like you've been buried. And there's that saying of you weren't buried, you were planted. Like you weren't stuck in the ground and buried and forgotten about. You were actually like a seed was actually planted, and you've been waiting to bloom. And it reminds me of those plants that take like 50 years, or they take like a lifetime to bloom. And it's like this big spectacle, and people like it like makes the news like, oh, this plant's going to bloom. Like, can you believe it? And I feel like that's your energy of, can you believe this is happening? Like this thing, whatever it is like so spectacular. Can you even believe it? And I feel like right now you can't. You can't believe it. Or maybe you're starting to believe it, and that's where this healing is coming in. And I feel like God wants you to start believing it. God wants you to have hope and be optimistic and have faith that, yes, it is coming to you. This gift is coming to you. And the answers are coming to you, that you will receive this clarity in whatever the situation is. And one of the questions I wanted to ask in this reading was like, what was going to be the theme of the month, and like where to focus your energy. I haven't pulled a card yet for that, but I feel like what God and the angels are saying today is the theme for your month of August is to have hope and be optimistic. They're also making me think of a time as a little kid. They're bringing up this example of when I was a little kid, my friend's family had invited me to go to Chuck E. Cheese. I think I was like 7. And they had invited me to go to Chuck E. Cheese. and I'd always wanted to go to Chuck E. Cheese, and it was the most exciting thing ever. And I was so excited that I couldn't sleep the night before. Like, I just laid in bed awake all night because I was so excited that we were going to get to go to Chuck E. Cheese. And when we got to Chuck E. Cheese, it was amazing. As a 7-year old, it was amazing. And I kind of feel like that is part of the theme of August. Like, something is coming, and I don't know when it's coming. And like this card says, it's like nothing is set in stone. Maybe that's like the timing. Like, maybe it's not just contingent on your plans, but maybe it's just like from a higher perspective, it's contingent on other things shifting and moving. But I feel like whatever it is guaranteed for you. The timing may not be guaranteed, but like it is guaranteed. It's like you will be going to Chuck E. Cheese. It's going to happen. And I also feel like because all these childhood things are coming up, that it's connected to something that's part of your inner child or like from your childhood or something that you are reconnecting with from childhood, like something that brought you joy. Oh, it's really weird. I feel like someone is touching my arm right now and it's kind of freaking me out a little bit. That's weird. Maybe that is spirit saying like they're supporting you through this time, that they're like holding you up, offering their support, or even like when you hold someone's arm and you guide them, or you take someone's arm when they're like coming down steps, or I kind of feel like that too, like I'm getting grabbed like on the side of the arm, like someone's trying to help me like with a step or something. And maybe that's what spirit is doing. They're helping you with this next step. They're helping you with this healing. Have faith in your dreams. Exactly. Like I said, I had I was asking spirit what is the theme for this month, and it's like this is it. Have faith. Have faith in your dreams. Have faith that this is going to come true. And like I said, this and there's the butterfly. Oh, it's amazing. And it's almost like whatever this dream was, it's connected to something in your childhood, and maybe that's why they keep bringing up all these like childhood examples. Like this is something that you've wanted for a long, long time. You know, the cycle of the cicada is really long, and yeah, it's just it's something that you've wanted for a really long time. The gift could also just be this cycle ending, this really long cycle of inauspiciousness, of this unluckiness ending finally. Like you've paid back some type of karma. And I don't even feel like it's just your karma, that it could also be family karma. Because again, that cicada goes back to 200 million years ago. So maybe this is like something connected to your lineage or your ancestry or past lives or something. A new start is coming. Crazy. And it's time to release negativity. Yeah, it's time to release that suffering, that like storm that's been in your heart. It's time to let it go because good things are coming in. They're coming in, and show the world the real you. It's the cicada coming out of the ground. It's the beautiful flower that you've become after being planted for so long. In Scorpio, you know, I'm a Scorpio, and Scorpios go through so many transformations and rebirths in their lifetime. And it's the turning into a phoenix, the burning away, the ashes, beauty for ashes, ashes to ashes, turning into a phoenix. Like, I feel like it's all connected here. You could also be a Gemini, an Aquarius, a Scorpio, or like there's a lot of water. So, like any of the water signs are coming through. And I'm also getting Taurus. Brilliant ideas that may need refinement, overcoming obstacles with faith that everything will work out. Yeah, this is the actions to take. And there's the butterfly again. Wow. It's like clarity coming through. Your guides are reiterating that the answers you need are coming, that clarity is coming. And I'm hearing that maybe the gift is a brilliant idea that will put you in the spotlight. But I don't feel like, if this is the case, I don't feel like it's an idea that comes out of nowhere. I feel like it's something that's been hidden, like deep inside, that you are just now finding. Like it's a seed that was planted many years ago. Because again, it's a child. It's a child in this card. There's just something about something from childhood, something from when you were a kid that is coming up again. Some kind of dream or something that you wanted to do. I'm also hearing don't try to figure it out. Like don't start spinning your wheels and fretting that you don't know what this is, or you're trying to figure out what's coming, or I feel like this is something that's just going to drop in one day, and it's going to drop in at the right time, the exact divine time. Like it's going to present itself in your life at the exact moment it's meant to present itself, and that you don't need to go looking for it. Just like one of those flowers where you don't know when it's going to bloom, but one day it just does. It just, all on its own, it just blooms. And I feel like that is the advice coming from your angels on how to handle the energy of this month. Do what you love, recognition for the highest quality of work, especially creative endeavors, being paid well for your craft, working well with others, and an excellent reputation. This card is the Three of Pentacles, but there's also an 8 here, and it's making me think of the Eight of Pentacles too. I feel like the angel's advice for August is to do something that you love, to take on that project that brings you joy. And it might be something connected to your inner child. Like maybe there was something that you wanted to do when you were a child and you weren't able to, and or maybe it's a project that brings out that like childlike joy, that excitement, you know? But I'm also getting the 8 of Pentacles with this too, and it's this feeling of putting in the work. Like, and maybe that's why part of the reason why it's not set in stone yet, which is interesting because she's chiseling into stone. So it's like you are also part of this. You are actively manifesting this and bringing it into your reality, and you're doing this by working on it. And I do feel like this is something physical just because the pentacles is coming up. And maybe the clarity is from the beginning, like something that was hindering you, maybe this mental thing that was hindering you is going away so that you're physically able to work on this passion project. That mentally something was stopping you, like some belief that you were telling yourself that wasn't true. I don't have enough time. I'm not worthy of it. I'm not worthy of being seen. You know, back to the cicada being underground. No one wants to hear me. Like there was something deep within you, some insecurity or blockage that wasn't allowing you to pursue this thing. I feel like in August that's something you'll be doing. And earlier with like having like feeling like someone was grabbing my arm, it's your angels saying that they're going to be right there with you, supporting you, that you're not going to be doing this alone, and that you're going to be working together with them to bring this new start into your life. So, the best thing that you can do for yourself in August is to have faith, have hope, be optimistic, like get excited, bring that joyful, childlike energy back into your life, and to put the work in. But don't allow the work to be a slog. Like, don't allow it to negatively impact your life. Like, work on it when you can. Be excited to do it. Don't think of it as something you have to do, but something you get to do. Like, reframe it in your mind. And drawn back to this card where I imagine like carving a statue out of stone would take forever and it would be tedious. Maybe your back would start to hurt after, standing there for so long. Like, there is work that has to be done. At the same time, it's something she enjoys doing, and she's like expressing herself and expressing her creativity. And I feel like you'll be doing that too. And with all the rock, I'm hearing, don't be afraid to get messy. And they're showing me like little kids with finger paints being expressive and creative and getting the paint everywhere and just having a good time, and the paint, like, it goes off the paper, it goes everywhere. And not to be afraid to make that mess, to kind of let yourself color outside the lines, not to feel like you have to do everything perfectly, because you don't need to be perfect, you just need to show up as you. You just need to show up as you. Well, I think I'm going to call it here. I am wishing you an absolutely magical and blessed August. I set the intention of making all my readings timeless too. So, like, if you're finding this outside of August, still truly believe this message is for you. Thank you to your guides and my guides for delivering this absolutely beautiful message today. And thank you for being here with me. I hope this reading has brought you clarity. If you made it this far, I would love it if you would subscribe and be a part of my community. I would love to get to know you in the comments. Until we meet again in the next reading, I am wishing you a wonderful and blessed day. Bye.